देखो I think we can start with the presentation and then people can later talk to it. We start with the presentation.
With your permission, sir? Namaskar and greetings. We heartily welcome the high-profile delegates from the University of York, which is our Russell Group and Collegiate Research University in York, London, England. We welcome Professor Charlie Jaffrey, Vice President, Chancellor and President, University of York, Mr. Rohit Kumar, Director, International Recruitment, Partnerships and Mobility, External Relations, University of York. Amity University is amongst India's leading educational institutions with 11 universities nationally and a significant international presence. We're amongst the top 3% of universities worldwide. I am very honored to introduce Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh, who's a Group Vice Chancellor, Amity Universities, and Director General, Amity Group of Institutions, Vice Chairman, Global Foundation for Learning Excellence. He has spearheaded Amity University to the top rank university in international efforts worldwide. It is my pleasure to request Sir to please take over. Thank you.
Very warm welcome to our friends from York, Professor Charles Jeffrey, the President and Vice Chancellor of the University, Mr. Rohit Kumar. This is a small presentation which we have prepared for you so that you are able to understand that what is the size and how we are doing, where our presence is. And then we will take you to the university. We will introduce you to the key officers, and then we'll have a lunch together. But first of all, this presentation, we are so privileged to have you with us. Amity is a dream of our founder, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, who after spending long years abroad, came back to India with one vision, with one aim, and with one ambition that we should be able to make a difference into the life of people. When Amity started up, there was no private university in India. He brought with him the education revolution. We were the first one to write about that how the private universities should look like. We started up with the schools and we became the first private university in India. But today, if you look at that, what we are, we have 200,000 students, 6,000 full-time faculty members, and about 10,000 adjunct faculty members. We have got 11 universities and the only education group of India which has got 11 universities. The universities where you are sitting, it's in Noida, and this is the headquarters. Uh, we have about 40,000 students in this university. Then we have got a university in Gurugram, which is very close to the airport. We have in Greater Noida, Lucknow, Jaipur, Mumbai, Gwalior, Kolkata, Raipur, Ranchi, Patna, Mohali, and the new one has come in Bangalore, and two more are coming up. Another one is coming up in Hyderabad, and the next one will be in Chennai. We are having the largest network of the institutions. All of them are the research-oriented institutions. Research is in the DNA of MIT. So you will find the highest number of patents which any university, including government universities, have filed. It is MIT University. Highest number of copyrights we have filed. Highest number of case studies this university has been able to do. Highest number of research international linkages in the last 2 years this university has been able to do. So university is not only the best private university, it is surpassing in terms of research, citation, and H index all the public universities also. We have got our overseas campuses in London, in Singapore, in New York, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Mauritius, South Africa, Kenya, Amsterdam, San Francisco, and in Tashkent. In London, we are at Bedford Square. And basically, we are offering our study abroad students an option that if they want, then they can do a part of the program in London. We do a program called Three Continent Program, where the students start their program in India, but then they do experiential learning in UK, and then they go to New York and to Canada. We have got 28 schools and preschools, and these are the very prestigious schools, Professor Charlie Jeffrey. These are the schools in India. Maybe that Mr. Rohit, if you have background from India, CBSE is the largest board. And there are hundreds and thousands of students who appear every year. To top the CBSE board is a very prestigious thing in India. So right from the 6th class, students, they start trying. In the last 4 years, 3 times, class 12th topper and class 10th topper, they have been from MIT schools. So they are very prestigious schools in India. 93% of our students from the MIT international schools, they have scored more than 95%. Right, so you can, and 3% of the students have scored 100%. So that is a reputation of the school, one of the very prestigious schools, and they are providing us the feeders. Interestingly, 37% of the students from our MIT international schools, they go abroad. So one, they are very premium schools, students highly intelligent, which have been groomed by us. And then 37% of them, they go abroad. So you can very well see that we have got a ready number of students who are interested, right, to be a part of our ecosystem and then go abroad. 2,000 acres of campuses, 20 million square feet of buildings, and these are all greenfield projects we have been able to create. 400 programs covering 60 disciplines. Please settle down. 400 programs covering 60 disciplines. More than 2,000 patents our faculty have filed in the last few years. 4,000 case studies. By the way, we are the largest partner of the Case Center UK. We work very closely with the Harvard Case Center also. The dean of the Harvard Business School is on the advisory affairs. 400 research papers have been funded by the government, which are flying across the world, and 215 patents were granted last year. The research innovation focus last year, the H index was 133. I think that it has touched today 142. We have been able to call some of the leading scientists of the world by offering them Ramalinga Swami and Ramanujan Welcome Trust inspired scholarships, which means that 100% scholarships to those who want to work with our scientists and with our people from the leading institutions. And that is what we have been able to do, calling them, inspiring them, and they become a part of the ecosystem here. 33%, 33 faculty of the MIT, they are in the top 2% faculties which has been on the Stanford list. There are more than 100 crore rupees projects which we are doing with the DST, DST, PERS, DBT Builder, these are all the government organizations. So we are the largest partner of Government of India in terms of science and technology, and we work with them. And we are the largest consultant to the Government of India. So to implement their projects, they do take the help of the universities, and we become one of their collaborators. This is how you will find that MIT philosophies look like. Right from the MEON schools. MEON is the pre-nursery schools. Two are K-12 schools, undergrad programs, postgraduate programs, PhD programs, postdoctoral programs, distance and online education. We are the best in the country, by the way, in distance and online education. We will give you a round and we'll have more than 5,000 dedicated people who are working for a distance learning department. We create content and then we give it to the other universities. Corporate training and also the continuing education. And you will find that these are the accreditations which we have got, all the national accreditations, highest grade from the statutory bodies. But at the same time, what makes us more proud is that we have been able to get the accreditation from QA and from WASC. Though we are not a UK university or an American university, but because we work with the UK universities and we work very closely with the US universities, we got this accreditation. And both of them, they have given us the premium grades. As far as the ranking is concerned, we are amongst the top 3% universities as far as the QS and THE ranking. But in terms of employment, we are amongst the top 1% universities of the world. This is the latest ranking of QS. Though we are not best in the country in terms of the overall ranking, but if you look at international ranking, you will find that we have surpassed all the public institutions. So in terms of internationalization, MIT is the best private university at the best in both public and private sector. The next one is Jamia Millia, third one is University of Mumbai, fourth one is IIT Roorkee. Similarly, in research networks, we have been able to be in the top 3. The other 2 are the government universities. One is Anna University and the second one is Delhi University. This is a ranking which where they rank the most employable graduates from India. So you will find the only private group which was along with IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, and these are the government institutions and very reputed ones. IIT Mumbai, IIM Ahmedabad, and IIT Kharagpur. MIT was the only one which was from the private group and is a part of it. This slide will give you an overall picture that how we are positioning ourselves. Our passion is that whatever we do, we should be able to benchmark amongst the best. So you will find business school, international business school is the best in Asia. Similarly, our engineering school amongst the top 3, school of communication amongst the top 2, biotechnology, the best biotechnology school of the country. And we'll take you to the labs. We'll tell you that how we have been able to do world-class incubator. So what we try to do is that whatever we do, we should be able to create a world-class infrastructure and try to bring some of the best brains of the world. This is a photograph of our Dubai campus. This is our student who has recently got admission in your university. So I just thought that maybe that will introduce you. Payal, you can come here. Sit in. Payal is our very bright student, one of the toppers. So when she was deciding that which university she should go, right, we told her that you should go to York. So yesterday, she came to know, so because we do the announcement. So I said that your vice chancellor is coming, right? So you should come. And but Payal is highly research oriented girl with very high GPA, has done a lot of work, has done a lot of research funding projects also in UK. But we thought that maybe that we'll introduce your student to you. So from our side to your side now. So MIT University Dubai, this is a photograph. And that's a photograph of our chancellor, which was on the Forbes list and also on the front cover of the Forbes magazine. Many campuses of MIT, rather most of them, 90% of our campuses, they are US Green Building Council Platinum certified. This will just give you the overall picture of our campuses. This is a campus where you are sitting. We have acquired now another campus, which is adjoining building. Will take you there, where we have created an incubator. It's a 100 acres campus now. Just about 15 kilometers from here, we have created a polytechnic, which is MIT University Greater Noida campus, where we are offering skill-based courses. This is our 40 acres campus in Lucknow. We call it White House, so of MIT. This is our 150 acres campus in Jaipur. So I don't know whether you have been to a historical city, but this is a historical city of India, and we have got a very beautiful campus there. This is our MIT Gurgaon Manesar campus, which is close to the airport. It's 110 acres campus. This is our Mumbai campus, which is 30 acres campus. This is our Gwalior campus, which is 100 acres campus. This is our Kolkata campus, very beautifully designed, concentrating more on the literature. This is our Raipur campus. This is our 100 acres Jharkhand campus. This is our Patna campus. This is our new university in Punjab, in Chandigarh, Mohali. This is 40 acres campus, concentrates a lot of focuses on getting the international students. And this is our new university, Bangalore, which we opened last year. And by the way, we brought UK to India. Harrow schools, now they have been opened in Bangalore. So with the first Harrow school is now in India, and MIT is operating it. These are our international campuses, MIT University Dubai. This is MIT Singapore. If you go to Singapore and you take a round of Singapore, they will show you 100 heritage buildings. So this is one of the heritage buildings. And our new campus is now on Orchard Road. It's a stand-alone campus, 18 floors. This is MIT University in London. We have got a small presence. This is a Bradford Square. And we use the classrooms of Birkbeck, University College London, and also their Senate House Library. We use their research facilities. Campus in Tashkent. We were invited by the government of Uzbekistan to create the first IT university in that country. So they provided us the infrastructure. We have now opened and 1,500. This is our international school in Amsterdam. Similarly, government of Netherlands invited MIT. They provided us the infrastructure, and we are running a school there. These are our international schools in Abu Dhabi, and we feel so privileged that the royal family is sending their kids to study at Abu Dhabi. This is our 175 acres campus in New York. We acquired from St. John's in Long Island. And this is what I was talking about, Harrow School. So first Harrow School is fully operational in Bangalore. And the second one we are opening from this year in New York. MIT and UK, we had a small presence. I was telling you now the new education policy and what we can do together. I'm sure that you know about the new education policy, and under the vibrant and dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister, who is changing and making changes in the education policy. I think that earlier the major issue was that foreign universities were not able to offer their joint degrees, twinning degrees, and dual degrees in India. But now with the new education policy, the universities are allowed to offer joint degrees, twinning, and dual degrees. Especially, I think that 2 weeks back there was a meeting in which the British Council was invited. I'm one of the core members of the education committee also, so I was also invited, and the education minister was present. And I think that they want to see some of the good UK universities, especially Russell Group of universities in India. The emphasis was, and the British Council was requested that to write a concept paper that which universities are interested and what kind of operations they would like to do. So we are very happy that with you, we are developing these linkages. Dr. Anupma and myself, yesterday we were discussing that the new research agreement, which we have with your university, has opened a door. UK under the UKD scheme, your students will be coming. We will be writing a joint book with you. So I think that these are the small steps. But today, when we will be signing this MOU, this will also create opportunities for dual degree, for twinning, and for joint degrees. But thank you so much for coming personally and signing this MOU. bringing UK universities to India to have their joint campuses. So government is very much interested that some top universities of the UK, they should come up and they should be able to create their campuses in India, and it can be joint campuses. We also know that universities abroad, they have got a question mark. They are not very much interested in putting the investments. So I think one of the areas which we can explore is that can we have campus in campus? For example, York in MIT, right? So the once you York is in MIT, you're not putting sizable investment, but you have access on all the students. Similarly, MIT, right, in UK with York, it will give an opportunity for the students to do all articulation programs along with you. Then integrating technology in building long-term, profitable, sustainable partnerships through e-learning and co-branded programs. So this is another area where the government is focusing, that if the physical presence of each other is taking time, then immediately we can take e-learning and virtual initiatives, and we can have a blended programs where the foreign universities can blend with the ecosystem of the Indian education sector. Then also offering meaningful internships experience. In this university, 19% of the students, they do their internships abroad. For example, Payal is from a very modest background, and I feel so proud on her that from a modest background, she did her internship in UK. Right? She went, and then I think that you did in Birmingham, isn't it? Now, when she went there, and she was very hesitant, very bright girl, was doing exceptionally well in studies, but was clueless that what she needs to do. And when we told her that you need to be going abroad, why don't you? She went and she came back, and now she is going to York. So I think that financially there are universities who will fund students, good students. I think you are getting some scholarship or from your university, but that is how we try to build up. We have got Aditi. Aditi, you come here, sit down. She's our other student, but I thought that maybe that I will be able to introduce you. Aditi, come here, sit down. So she is also, sit down, went on a scholarship. So she is another student who was doing the artificial intelligence and international business with us, and then she went on the abroad program and thought that why not to make a international career. So we have taken her as a student, coaching her, and then let's see that which other university she goes for the studies. So that is how we coach students. So 19% of our students, they take their internships or they do a part of the program abroad, and that is how they are writing. Most of the students, and I'll show you the list of our alumni, that those are working with Microsoft or with Google or with Oracle or with some leading investment banking companies, they were picked up and groomed by us in such a way that they should be able to occupy important positions. Uh, Building consortium of UK and Indian universities, we are trying to build up. Why not? We should be able to accept the credits of each other, right? So that is another initiative which under the new education policy we can do. Uh, we don't know the gentleman in the in the picture, but it was such a privilege to welcome you in the fire chat on the innovation and strategy in the global context. By the way, if you look at our website, we got highest number of likes on your talk. But it was good to see that we have got that kind of synergy. We are doing under the UKRI, we have already got a grant. We will be doing the work together. And we are also doing the British Council Global Going Global Partnership Grant, for which we have done the bidding together. Professor Kiran Trehan, your very able colleague, was able to participate in our conference in London. And I understand that she is coming personally also in February to participate. But believe me, that last evening I was talking to our founder, and talks to very few people. He said that this is the most important meeting of the decade which you're having, because York president coming to the campus and then doing the work. So he's extending his best wishes to you, and we are really honored with your presence. So these are the few areas which we think that we can do once we sign an MOU today. One is articulation pathways in business entrepreneurship, sustainability, and digital marketing. I think the teams are working on the syllabus already. We can finalize, and then progression pathways, which is very easy. Our international affairs division has already prepared the roadmap. We can send students like Payal or Aditi, who are already done their graduation or in the final year, to do their engineering, science, and business. So one ambassador we are already sending you today. Joint research and supervision of the PhD programs. I think this is something about which we are very excited. As I was saying, that research is in our DNA. Our idea is that we should be able to increase our citations and index 3 times in the next 2 years, where we are concentrating at. So I think that joint PhD and guidance of the joint PhD programs would be wonderful. If one guide from your side and one guide from our side, they can work together. We have identified few areas, and we are very, very strong in artificial intelligence, digital marketing, few areas of engineering, but especially multidisciplinary research center, which we have been able to create, and we have been able to bring some of the stalwarts of the academic world. Professor P.K. Kapoor, who was earlier the dean of research of Delhi University. By the way, he's 78-year-old. He works day and night on this project, trying to bring multidisciplinary approach to the university. We'll send you the list of the topics where we like to work together with you. Of course, projects under UKERI, Going Global, Touring Scheme, India Immersion Program. Now, this is again a very strong program which we have been able to create. It is known as India Immersion Program, Professor Jeffrey. Under this program, we invite UK students to be part of the Indian ecosystem. We understand that the world has to know India in a much better way. This is a 15 days to 1 month long program where students come. We tell them how Indian academic system is, basically research, and then we put them on the practical project with the industry. So Noida being the industrial town, Infosys is just 5 kilometers away. Oracle has an office here. Microsoft has got an office here. Levers has got an office here. TCS has got an office here. And these students then they start working on the various projects. And when they go back, they are richer with the kind of system Indian industry has to give. We will be more than happy to welcome your students on this program. This is what we have done with some of the universities worldwide. We are the largest collaborator of Group 8 universities under the New Colombo Plan. So Professor Peter Hudge was the author of this plan, and who was earlier with the University of Queensland and now the Vice Chancellor of University of Adelaide. We launched it together, and we have been able to welcome the highest number of Australian students under the New Colombo Plan. Similarly, under the US 8, we welcome large number of US university students, and the Erasmus Plus, large number of scholars are there. Under UKERI, we have been able to welcome large number of UK universities. I'm sure next year we will be able to, we have already got a grant, so we will be able to welcome York students also. This is 2023 UK students from different universities becoming a part of the project and spending some time in the university. We do ambassador lecture series, and I feel so privileged that ambassador of UK to India, the High Commissioner, has been on the campus. And the day he joined, next day, he gave a virtual seminar to students. So first seminar was given to the MIT students. Similarly, US ambassador, rather today, while I'm speaking here, our Chancellor, who is also one of the chairs, the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, where the American ambassador is also a part of the project. I have got a chair. I'm also a chair of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce education sector. So you will find that here we are very actively involved, not only in research or in teaching, but also with the various chambers of commerce, so that we should be able to transform whatever we teach or whatever we do research into the commercial research, and also working on consulting projects. These are some of the Nobel laureates who have opened the centers at MIT. So you will find that we have got a Yunus Center, social business center at MIT, where the Nobel laureate Professor Yunus spent some time. Similarly, Sir Richard Roberts, we have got a center which is on the GMO. So he spent some time. Similarly, we have got a center of Professor Kailash Satyarthi. So this is basically a series where our faculty spend some time with the Nobel laureates so that they become the research inspiration for our faculty and students. 400 degrees, around 60 disciplines, almost every field. But what makes this university a bit different is that this university experiments with the new programs. For example, clean air technology management. So there are very few who are working on this, but we are working on this particular area. Pan-African e-network project. Professor Jeffrey, this is a project which our online department did, and we feel so proud on this project. And actually, this served as a basis for the e-Shiksha Bharati project, which our Prime Minister launched once once he became the Prime Minister. When Dr. Kalam, you have idea, Dr. Kalam? Dr. Abdul Kalam was a very unusual president of India. So when he became the president of India, the first delegation he took to anywhere abroad was not America, was not Europe, but was Africa. And he had not taken anyone from the industry, but he took academicians. So he brought 19 vice chancellors together, and he said that we'll go to Africa. Right? And the idea was that what we can do in Africa, or how we can make a difference in the life of African students. So we went to Addis Ababa. I was a part of the delegation. And when the president came, there were the heads of 42 countries sitting there. And he started speaking and he said that I am speaking to you as a scientist. I'm speaking to you as an academic administrator. So don't take me as a president of the country. But I want to make a difference into your life. And people thought that he's going to give billions of dollars grant. So people clapped. And his next sentence was, but I will not give a single dollar. So people thought, what he's going to give? And he said that I'm going to give you education. So everyone's thinking that will he start teaching here now? So he said that virtual education, what I want to give to Africa. By the end of the day, it was concluded that Africa was not ready. European Union chair was there. They said that President, your views are very good. You are very humble. You want to make a difference, but Africa is not ready. They don't know what computer is. They don't have internet. So it will take at least 10 years for Africa to develop. President came back. Next day, he called up all 19 universities, their VCs, and asked, and all IITs were there, all IIMs were there. And he asked that I believe that this can be done. What is your, and give me your fair view. Out of 1917 said that it is a very difficult project. At that time, our founder, Dr. Chauhan, told us that we will take this challenge. So we took this challenge and implemented this project in Africa. I remember I used to fly every week to Africa to see that how this project can be implemented. Target was 2,000 students, and Professor Jeffrey, 80 took benefit of this project. And that is how the e-learning started in India. So we played a very important role with the Ministry of External Affairs on how to implement these projects. This university is a very different university. Along with the normal curriculum, we have made it compulsory for our students to pick up one language. So students, they do specialization in French, German, Spanish, Arabic, Japanese, Chinese, and Russian. Our concentration is on communication skills, behavioral skills. We feel that our students, they should be behaviorally very advanced, be very positive. They should have some basic values, disciplined. When our kids, they speak, and we call them that our children, our girls, our boys, then they should be different from the others. They should respect people. So we have created 101 attributes of MATians, a book which our founder has written himself, where we say that these are the attributes. Like if you have to go in aeroplane, they check that this is so they will only get a degree if they have those 101 attributes. So you will find that these two are samples, they're student ambassadors. If you'll talk to them, you'll find that talking to them is like talking to happiness. Very humble, but very strong in academics, respectful, and at the same time with the scientific temperament. And this is what we have done, MIT skills and vocational training. We have created a world-class incubator, which is the best incubator of India. We get a lot of funds from the government and grants from them. And these are the research collaborations across the world. And that is why we work with some of the leading corporate houses. They come. We are the largest trainer to Government of India, public sector. And we say that universities have no meaning if they don't have a heart. So we run two schools. One is Amitasha, another is Atulasha. 2,000 girls we sponsor every year. And right from the nursery class till their PhD, their uniform, their food, everything we do it. Similarly, we do 1,000 boys we pick up, and we try that we should be able to make them very, very successful in their life. This is the future of MIT. 35 universities in every state and union territory of India, 100 campuses across the country, and 50 campuses abroad. Today we have got 16. Thank you so much. We are really honored with your presence. Look forward to working very closely with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. You truly showcase Amity University. It is my absolute pleasure and honor to welcome Professor Charlie Jeffrey, Vice Chancellor and President at the University of York. He has joined University of York from University of Edinburgh, where he has been the Senior Vice Principal since 2014. Charlie is the chair of the N8 Research Partnership, a member of the Partnership Board of key organizations in the City of York, the York Central Steering Board, and I could go on and on. So I welcome you. Please kindly address our distinguished guests. Thank you.
Well, what a pleasure it is to be here. It really, really is. We've had some interactions already, but they've largely been virtual, and it is wonderful reality. It's also, I think, a huge privilege to be here. I had done some background research on Amity. I knew the numbers, I knew how many campuses, and I knew how many students. I didn't appreciate the texture of all that you have achieved in a relatively short period. That commitment to quality in both teaching and research, and the commitment to take the impacts of that into our society for general benefit. So it was quite extraordinary to hear of all of those achievements. Let me say a little bit about the University of York, because I think there are some real points of alignment between our two institutions. And I'm going to start by recalling three of the phrases that really struck me when I went to York. I went to the archives and I looked at what was motivating the people who founded the university. We're 60 years old this year, a bit older than Amity. But those founding thoughts, I think, are still absolutely central to what we do. The first of them, and it's a wonderful echo of the founding, of the words of your founder, Dr. Chalan. I can't remember exactly, but for the benefit of our society, I think we're something like that. There's a phrase in one of the founding documents of the university which said, the University of York must do studies which contribute to the amelioration of human life and conditions, which I think is an astonishing phrase, which sets purpose, which is, I think, a noble one. And then secondly, our founding Vice Chancellor, Lord James of Rusholme, talking about the the activities to recruit the first group of students ever to come to York in 1963. In doing that, he said, I care about the opportunity for people who have not had that opportunity before to get to university more than almost anything else. And that has an echo with some of your work, I think, in opening up the possibility of university to those from more disadvantaged backgrounds. And then the final founding phrase came from a service held at York Minster, the cathedral in the city, which is the second most important church in the UK. And the Archbishop spoke of his expectations of the university. And one phrase really, really sticks out. He said he wanted this university in York to produce citizens of the world. And by that, I think he meant, and he certainly gave us at the university an impetus to think that if we are doing research, we do not have all of the ideas and all of the answers. So we will ameliorate human life and conditions all the quicker and all the more effectively if we work with others from other places. And if our students are to go out after graduation and have impact, then that impact will be all the stronger if they have engaged with others from different backgrounds and different places, so that they can understand different perspectives and take that with them into their careers. We had an internationalist mindset, which I think is driven by a sense of humility. Yeah, we have something to learn from others. That was 60 years ago. Today, the University of York is, I think, a university of extraordinary quality. We have a periodic research evaluation process nationally in the UK. And the last one, the results came out 2 years ago. We ranked number 10 in the UK. Now that's behind Oxford and Cambridge, and behind the really prestigious universities in London. We call that in the UK the Golden Triangle. So the Golden Triangle, we're a tiny, tiny bit behind that. And I think that's an astonishing achievement for a university like York. And it's astonishing all the more because in the national teaching evaluation exercise, which reported last summer, we had the highest level of recognition. I call it a gold award. We have Olympic medals, bronze, silver, gold. So we were gold. And I think that joint commitment to outstanding research and outstanding teaching and support for our students is something that really marks out the University of York. Let me just mention a few of the areas of what I think are genuinely world-leading excellence at the university, which I think provide points of connection to many of the points that you raised, Vice Chancellor Singh. Biotechnology. We have now the fruits of research that began 20 years ago in looking at the cellular structure of plants, which now tell us how we can increase the productivity of agriculture, how we can source bio-based feedstocks for things like the chemicals industry and for the production of energy, and how we can stop wasting so much by throwing it away in the agriculture and the food process. I think we're absolutely outstanding there. We too are really interested in artificial intelligence and the autonomous systems that it drives. We have a particular take on this, which is about the safety of those systems. We recently opened an Institute for Safe Autonomy. And we think of safety in a number of ways. It's technological, it's how you design systems. But it's also social. It's about regulation. It's about ethics. It's about making sure that you take people with you so that they trust the new technologies that can enrich their lives. And I think that's a unique take, which says something quite special about the university. We are really, really good at bringing people together across disciplinary boundaries to join forces in tackling the world's problems. We are also extraordinarily capable in fields like health economics. Health, absolutely fundamental to our lives, of course, but also a huge pressure on resources in the public and the private sector. So how do you marshal those resources most effectively? We have one of the world's leading groups in that field. We're at the very forefront of quantum communications, which connects to artificial intelligence, because if you're going to be talking through unmediated ways between different systems, you need to make sure that those communications are secure. We're at the very forefront of that. I'd also mention perhaps the final area, the creative arts. Now, sometimes the creative arts are not held in the highest esteem by policymakers. You know, why would we bother to spend all of that time thinking about literature or film? Our creative arts have this extraordinary interface with computer science, so that we are at the very, very forefront of exploring how technology can transmit creativity to audiences, but also how those audiences can receive it. And of course, both in the UK and in India, the creative industries are one of the most important drivers of our economy. Now, I put those few areas out there as potential points of interface, and I put them in the context of our citizenship of the world, and that humility which draws us to see connections with others, to see what we can produce together. I'm absolutely committed that we've got some initial, small scale, initial areas of collaboration. I was very, very interested to hear of all the areas that you put on one of your slides. I'm really, really of this meeting in person to explore them and to see what we can do together in the light of those founding commitments to improving our society, to ameliorating human life and conditions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we understand why our talk has the maximum likes. I would now request, yeah.
Senior people here. So we will request each one of them if they can introduce. We will start from left. Can you give a mic, please? Yeah.
So welcome to Amity. And I'm Professor Dr. Seema Bhatnagar, and I'm representing Amity Institute of Biotechnology. So this is one of the biggest institutes in biotechnology here in Delhi NCR. And we have more than 2,000 students, around 100 faculty members, and we have a long history of research where we are funded by every possible funding agency, not only in India, but also internationally. So a lot of patents coming out, commercial products coming out from the department. And it's really an honor to meet you today. And I look forward to many more collaborations with the University of York, which I know that we're doing very well. Payal is also our student. So it's really we are very happy that she's joining this reputed institute. Thank you very much.
And biotechnology is one of our very strong institutions. It's the best biotechnology center of excellence. And Dr. Seema is a very known scientist. And of course, Payal, who's coming to you, she has a student of biotechnology, engineering school. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Garima, and I'm looking after international collaboration for engineering and technology department. So we are having 5,000 plus students over here, 100 plus faculties. We are offering engineering programs in computer science, information technology, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and we are having a wide number of students in artificial intelligence. They are doing their specialization courses with AI, machine learning, deep learning, and we are doing very good research work also in these areas. So many students are interested to explore opportunities with your university for doing joint research work or joint PhD supervision under the area of artificial intelligence. We are happy to you over here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And these are the student ambassadors, Payal and Aditi. Both of them may be coming to you. And that is Dr. Anupama. She has been working on the UKRI project, but maybe that you can give your small introduction.
Welcome, Professor Jeffrey and Rohit sir. Welcome to Amity. I'm Dr. Anupama. I work in the office of the Group Vice Chancellor. I look after the academic collaborations that happen. And thank you so much. And we look forward to a lot of more collaboration with the University of York. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Anupama. We have got a Dean of the FMS, Dr. Sanjeev Bansal.
Good morning. Welcome to Amity, sir. Thank you so very much for being there. Together, University of York and Amity contributes to 80 years of experience together. So I am representing the school, sir, from where the journey of Amity in higher education started. This is called Amity Business School, and I am also looking after Faculty of Management Studies. Incidentally, our group vice chancellor is also from the same domain. So we have plenty of areas where we can collaborate. We are looking forward, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Varun, and I represent Amity University Online. As Dr. Singh very beautifully explained the concept of Pan-African project. So Amity University Online was the first university in India to get the approval from the regulatory to issue online degrees. And I think there are 5-6 more universities. So there are a handful of universities issuing them. I also represent a body called Amity Future Academy, which offers skill-based, basically emerging tech skill-based courses. And I'm also representing a division called Global Grads, which is a study abroad pathway model. And I'm working with the leadership on the same. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to Amity, University of York and yourself. So my name is Gopa Dasgupta. I have very recently joined the International Affairs Division, and I look forward to many more interactions with you, and also invite many more universities from abroad under the leadership of Dr. Gurinder Singh ji. And so I'm sure we have, Garima has already stated, we have many students from the technology domain who are really, really interested to do joint research, to study abroad as such, and also for internship and apprenticeship program with the universities abroad. And with University of York, I'm sure we will be able to take our association to the next level and have many more initiatives to work in the student initiatives. Thank you so much and welcome. And also Mr. Rohit.
Good morning. I am Dr. Manoj Kumar Pandey. I am the director of MIT School of Engineering and Technology. You heard about these two people right now about that. I'm heading that institution, and which is one of the oldest institution of the MIT group, and having right now more than 5,000 students and around 150 faculty members. Those who have, they're working on a very diverse areas. We have the disciplinary programs, interdisciplinary programs, transdisciplinary programs that we are offering. And accordingly, our faculty member and students are working in their research innovation in these areas. And if you ask me specifically, that we are right now, our faculty and students are working very good in innovation and research in the area of artificial intelligence and artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all the core areas. Like in mechanical engineering also, we have that computational engineering and the materials that we are working on right now. And electronics, we are working on the semiconductors that just Group Vice Chancellor has told about the companies, that Samsung and that companies are coming in a huge way to the India right now to set up their establishment over here. And apart from that, the electrical engineering that we have, and civil engineering, and the art and the information technology that we are offering the various programs into. And recently we have done in some digital twin as well, that digital twin and quantum computing that we have now recently started. And we have various center of excellences in these areas of that we have established with the help of various industries across. Like recently, we have established one center for artificial intelligence, and with the highest computing facility on that. And similarly, now we had one tie-up with the industry, which is working on healthcare and artificial intelligence, how they can come together and how the digital twin can work into that. So these are some of the areas that we are working on, and that expecting very fruitful cooperation with your university. Thank you very much for visiting. Thank you.
Dr. Pandey is actually running the largest engineering school of India. And their faculty is quite involved in research, a large number of patents and commercializing patents. I think that is their
300 now has been raised, sir, that you have mentioned. That's with 3 patents.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So good morning, Dr. Jeffrey or Professor Jeffrey. Welcome to MIT Universe. We call it Universe because we are across the globe. Mahatma Gandhi told once that the great people, they meet each other. So we are meeting a great people from the University of York. And essentially, it is going to create a new venture, new opportunities, and it's going to create a fusion. This is my firm belief. I am Professor D.K. Bandyopadhyay. I was the 3 times Vice Chancellor in different government universities. I am working over here for the last 9 years or so as a Chief Advisor to our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan. I have also many hats on my cap. I am mentoring at least 6 institutions in this campus. One of the greatest mentoring that I'm doing to a law school. It is one of the largest law school, not only in India, but also in Asia. We have got about 5,000 students. They are studying over here. You name any specialization, we have got those specializations. And many of our students are now working as judges in different courts of law. Many of our students have started their law firms. Many of the students are practicing in UK, US, and Canada after doing the graduation from our university, our institution. And that is what the law that I'm mentoring. And majority of my time goes over there in managing the law students. You know, the law students, it's difficult to manage because whatever law we teach them, they apply law on us. And in addition to that, I'm mentoring environmental studies department. Now, very recently, UK Safety Council has given us the recognition as one of the best environmental science teaching and safety universities in the country. Very recently, we have just got this award. And we are doing a whole lot of work in environmental studies, starting with the air pollution, to the water pollution, to the soil pollution, and also try to understand how the soil fertilizations can be enhanced too. That is the type of study that environmental science department they are going to carry on. In addition to that, we have got natural resource and sustainable management and MIT Institute of Forestry and Wildlife. So very interesting work is going on there, and lots of publications are coming out, and they are all in Q1 Scopus Index journals. So I am also mentoring economics department. The economics department, we are trying to mainly specialize in agricultural economics. So we see when you are presenting yourself, I found lots of opportunity for collaborations between your university and our university. And when the 2 brains, Dr. Gurinder Singh is one of our best brain, and you coming from University of York, the best brain, meet to each other. I am going to see that fusion is going to take place. And that fusion is essentially going to be, in your words, to create global citizen. And that's our also purpose. That is also our dream of our Honorable Founder President. How do we create global citizen? This, he says that it is not we are producing our students just only for employment, but we are producing the student how they can serve the nation, how they can serve the world, how they can serve the humanity. And this is his dream. Now his dream, I think, is getting echoed in recently G20. He says that, one earth, one family, and one life. And that's what we believe in. And this fructification of your association essentially will lead us to that direction. So thank you very much once again for your visit to this great university. So one great university is visiting to another great university. Thank you very much.
Good morning, I am Rear Admiral Alok Bhatnagar. I am the Deputy Director General for International Affairs. Work very closely with Dr. Gurinder Singh in the domain of internationalization. Like you, Dr. Jeffrey, before I came here, I also Googled York and I read about it. But what you told me is at a higher plane and has enlightened me a lot more. And the thing that really struck me is the word humility that is there in your philosophy, and that echoes very much with India, because in the Indian education system for thousands of years, humility, submission to the guru, devotion, these are the basic tenets of students, and that is how they can learn from not only their gurus but also from all the people around them. Learning is unending. Here I would like to also mention that you also mentioned that you want to learn from others. Our national education policy, which has a lot of focus on internationalization, also echoes that feeling that we should learn from others. And since you also want to do that, learn from us and others in the world, we would like to see more and more students from York to take the advantage of the facilities and the excellent infrastructure that you've seen in Dr. Gurinder Singh's presentation, to take the advantage of that and spend time in Amity. Like the India Immersion Program is a good start. And I must tell you that out of the 26 students who came here for India Immersion Program from UK last time, 4 of them came back again. Some for travel, vacation, or higher education. So you will find that it's about knowing India. Once they know India, they would like to come. So we would like to give them that exposure. And once again, welcome to Amity. It's a real honor to be sharing the stage with you. Thank you.
Vice Chancellor Singh, thank you very much, Admiral Bhatnagar and all esteemed colleagues. It's a real pleasure to be here. And as we were talking, as I was listening to your presentation, what struck me was the fact that there's been that follow through of interest and excitement all around. Your teams have been extremely helpful, and we've had a really wonderful interaction so far. So it's a real pleasure to put a name to a face in so many ways in person, although we've had interactions via Zoom and via email. And my teams back in New York are really excited about working with you all. I also know that Professor Trehan speaks very highly of the work she's done with yourself, Dr. Rajesh. And I know that the UKID grant has been submitted from our end. So we're looking forward to that outcome. And in terms of ongoing discussions, we are hoping that this morning we'll move on to some of those next level talks. And then we'll, of course, stay very much in touch. And we've got a couple of ideas that we'd like to run with your team. So we look forward to continuing our interaction. So thank you very much for hosting us here. It's a real pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Rohit. Vice Chancellor would like to give your concluding remarks, areas of interest.
Well, concluding remarks. I think this is a start rather than a conclusion, isn't it? But I am really struck by the alignment of academic areas of interest, but the values that underpin how we work in our research and in our teaching. I am really keen that we get these small scale projects just to get things on the road, but I think we should look ambitiously at the ways in which we can collaborate in research. We've both mentioned biotechnology as a specialism, and others have been talked about around the room. Well, let's see if we can exchange ideas and drive those fields on yet further. Very keen to explore how we can collaborate in the field of education, in all of the traditional ways: summer schools, progression, articulation, more ambitiously joint degrees, working in that online space where you have such a presence. We have a smaller presence, but we recognize that as a way of reaching people who might not be able to afford to come to study at our campuses. And if you care about opening up the opportunity of higher education more than anything else, that becomes an extraordinarily important vehicle for doing so. And then you talked about deeper collaborations, perhaps in the UK. I'm really interested by your London presence, perhaps here in India. I don't think we'll decide those today, But that sounds to me like a really, really interesting prospect. So I'm very keen to make those first small steps, but to think ambitiously too.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Professor Jeffrey. But I think that these are the points which we have noted down. So we have taken a very first step, initial step, that virtually we started having discussion. And Professor Jeffrey is one of the very few Vice Chancellors with whom, if you will speak, you will find compassion, you will find knowledge, and you will find real academics. So we got this chance of hosting him virtually, and he spoke and gave a mesmerizing talk. So it was a beginning of our very strong relationship, which we enjoy with that university. But thank you very much for that time. And I think that now, since we are doing a UKERI project and research within the DNA, so normally you will find universities, they start with articulation discussions or commercial discussion. This is a university where we have started with the research discussions, and we have implemented the first research project. And then along with it, I think that a deeper question is that can we have deeper ties? Campus in campus is going to be a wonderful model. We are sending one of our bright student. Other three are sitting on that side who are still studying. And we will see that if we can look at and we can create something which is good for both the universities. But we was just taking the opinion of the students that what are their preferred destinations. So I think York is one of the preferred destinations. So we will work on research, especially on the collaborative work which we have cited. We'll send you the list of the work where our scientists, our management scientists, social thinkers, they want to work with your university, though they're already in touch with each other. Also on campus in campus, we will send you a proposal. You can revert back that how you look at. Articulation is already on the way. We have been discussing, the teams are discussing on articulation, and progression is on the way. But thank you so very much for coming, and let's sign a MOU now. Yeah, thank you. First student we are.
May I request the International Division to take over the felicitations? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Join for the group. Yes.